Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach Today. I am so glad you're with us. As you know, my name is JB Glossinger, and this is your place for good energy and just to get organized and make things happen. We're living our best life. That's what we're doing here, and super pumped to help you do that. We've got a big week planned for you this week. Lots of stuff going on. It's exciting. I got so much to share. Just FYI, membership is now closed. We have closed our Morning Coach membership because there's something massive going to happen real soon, and I can't wait to share that with you, for everybody. And those of you who've been with me, I got a real special surprise. I got something really special for you, and I'm so excited. I got to tell you, I'm just so excited about what's about to happen, and we're just going to just really make a difference in each other's lives. It's really great. So today and this week, we're going to talk about knowledge. We're going to get into knowledge. We are in a new month, right? It is our due month. We're ready to go, and we're going to talk about learning this month. We're going to talk about self-understanding, strengths and weaknesses, self-control, self-esteem. Got a great month planned. And today we're going to go knowledge is power. Tomorrow we're going to start our book, little intro, The Mountain is You, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery. Great book. We're going to have fun with this one. And how do we transform self-sabotage into self-mastery? We're going to get some lessons from that, and I'll intro that tomorrow. Wednesday, we got another good one for you, Metaphysics Deep Day. We're going to talk about when knowledge and education don't work. What do? You get the knowledge, education, but it doesn't work. What do we do? We're going to talk about that Wednesday. Thursday, how do I stop overthinking on Ask JB? Been getting this question a lot, and I want to talk about overthinking a little bit. Friday, we're going to talk about understanding change and keeping the right mindset. Got a quote for you on Friday. I love this. To be interested in the changing season is a happier state of mind when to be hopelessly in love with the spring. I love that. George Santayana. Really great quote. We're going to go over that and why that's important on Friday. Saturday, okay, we've got gaining knowledge systems. And then, of course, Sunday, our spiritual Sunday, we've got spiritual wisdom as we start moving into the middle of the month. So as I mentioned, we're going to close the membership. Not for you, obviously. Members are here. It's going to be closed for a while as we are getting ready to produce something new that I'm excited about telling you about, and it's going to help you with knowledge, right? It's going to help you. But not only that, it's going to help you take action to get out there and do it, and we're going to support you in some really wonderful ways. But today we're going to talk about that. Is knowledge power? Let's ask that question. I want to ask that to you. We've always heard that. Knowledge is power, right? We've heard that that's an important part of life. But is it power? Is it? Well, what is knowledge? So questions. Is it valuable? Well, I think the first thing we have to consider in the world that we're living in right now is the source, right? So you've always heard me talk about the media, and I get hammered on this on social media, not so much in our community, but when I'm telling people to shut off the news, get your information in other areas, we have to recognize the fact that there is more propaganda now than there ever has been. Everybody is selling. Everybody is pushing a particular agenda. We've got wars going on right now because people are, trying to push particular agendas. So knowledge can be powerful. It really can. You look at a lot of the Congress people that get the knowledge that something's going to be passed, and then they go buy that stock, which I personally feel should not be allowed, but they do it anyways and make millions of dollars off of that. It's amazing to me. And when we elevate our consciousness, like one of the things I'm working on is love, right? And really enjoying life and not getting caught up on all the minutia of life. But understanding that is recognizing the source. And this is one of the most important things we can do as critical thinkers is to look at the source of the information, because bad information is not powerful and actually can lead to weakness. I mean, let's look at the egg, for example. I mean, we got examples of COVID, the egg, all this stuff that's, people don't really know. We look at the egg, right? So for years we heard cholesterol is so bad, it's going to kill you. It's horrendous. Well, I eat 4 eggs every morning. And I think it's one of the best things that I do. Okay. But I remember where I started cutting out eggs because the science was saying that you shouldn't be eating eggs. But then it came back, well, the cholesterol is not that bad. And it's like, well, wait a minute. I'm checking my cholesterol and doing my own blood work, so I know if it's good or bad. I'm eating 4 eggs every morning, right? So is knowledge valuable? It is, but you got to consider the source. Look, years ago, think about this. You would go to the doctor's office. Not too long ago, 30, 40 years ago, they'd be smoking a cigarette. They'd be smoking a cigarette while giving you your results. Or imagine being on an airplane, everybody smoked. So we have to consider the source. And I think this is one of the most important things is going on in the world today is the lack of critical thinking. We're not teaching it in schools. We're putting out robots, and people are just not able to think for themselves. And we have these two streams of information right now. It seems like this liberal kind of idea and this conservative idea. And you got to be one or the other. They're not letting you be in the middle anymore. They're not letting you critically think and have dialogue. And people get really angry when they get in these fights. And I'm avoiding it. And avoidance is not a good thing, right? It usually isn't. But I wouldn't say it's avoidance. I'm just turning off the noise and focusing on what I want to focus on. See, I do believe I'm creating my own reality. And the less that I put my energy into those things, the better off I am. And literally I've told you this, the last couple months, I've been talking about this rediscovery of me and how last year was such a developmental stage for me in my life, and moving away from this angry, frustrated person who I was becoming, even though I'm positive mostly, but internally there was some anger. There was some frustration with society, just with people in general, just getting very jaded. And I've changed that. I reversed that. And I'm focusing on allowing wonderful people to come into my life and helping change this consciousness of the planet, as Hawkins taught us in Power versus Force. Being one of those people that is bringing the consciousness and the energy, that's what I'm focused on. So in order to do that, I've got to watch my sources. I've got to watch where the information's coming from and be able to do my own due diligence and research on a particular topic and see if it's something I want to do or what that I don't want to do. So the idea is like a sandbox, getting in the sandbox. And as we said, this is part of the new stuff that we're putting together. You're going to try some things. That doesn't mean you're building the foundation. You're not pouring concrete into the sandbox. You're using the sandbox to try it out. See if it's reality. Do your research before you put the concrete into it, right? We've all had beliefs that have served us, right? I believe the greater good is conspiring for me serves me. But we've all had beliefs that don't serve us. Cracking a mirror, gives you 7 years bad luck. I mean, that's a horrible belief. Why do we have those things? Is because the sources have given us that, whether it's a parents or somebody else has trickled down to us. And so we've got to really understand the source. And along those lines, it's about personal education. So one of the most important things that I'm proud of with the things that we're doing is not your acquisition of things. It's great to acquire things. I'm working on the airplane this year, working on some new projects that I'm doing to bring things into my life, the retreat center. It's great to acquire things. We're building YouTube. All these things are great. New camera equipment, it's fun. But the truth is, it's not about the acquisition. That's not what I'm proud of. What I'm proud of is the education that you're getting personally and the person you're becoming. And not only that, the person who your children are becoming. I was with Sir the other day, and we were going over some stuff, and one of the guys came in to train, and his kid was in there. First time his kid had come in there, and he looked at his dad, and his kid was in the back, right? And he says, "I'm looking through you. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at your kid, because that tells me who you are. I want to see how your kid behaves and what he's about." I thought that was so powerful. He goes, "I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at your son. That's going to tell me everything I need to know about you. Who is your son and what are they about?" And that's who we're all becoming, right? And so the energy that passes through you to your children is what excites me. All of this excites me. And it's about you taking the best that you can, as we talked about last week, and doing better. And that comes from your own personal education, because once you start to understand the source and you start to get the proper education, there's nothing that can stop you, because the truth is knowledge is power when applied and the right knowledge is given. So the idea is to continue your growth, and that's what we talk about here at Morning Coach. And I can't even tell you what I'm doing. I wish I could, but I can't. It's under cloak and veil, but there's some really cool things we're going to be doing to help you with your personal education and really get you where you need to be, okay? And we're not going to open up membership until it's ready. And then I will open it up, and I got a surprise for you. Anybody that's a member, I got a real surprise for you that I'm really excited about sharing with you. But the idea is getting the knowledge and then apply it. So you can have all the knowledge in the world. So I've joined these masterminds. I'll give you a great example of this. Went to Jeff Walker's product launch formula, spent $45,000 just to be in the damn thing. That's not even including travel. Learned all these wonderful techniques. I did it one time. I have all this knowledge. It's great. I can help other people and coach them because I've done it, but I'm not applying it myself. There's so much knowledge that I have that I haven't applied, and I've learned so much, and we all become students, right? It's great to be a student, but it's time to be the pro. And I think that's what's really critical. One of the things I want to do is help you become a student, get the knowledge, but even more importantly, have you take action. And that's something we're bringing to the table here that I'm really excited about in the new Morning Coach, that's going to really, really move you forward, propel you. Because I've been given knowledge for years. I mean, this is episode 4,896. We're counting down to 5,000. That is a lot of knowledge. I mean, literally, if you strung them together, I think if I remember right last time, it was like you'd have to listen to a month without stopping listening to listen to all the content that I produced here on the show. I mean, I don't think anybody has ever done that much. So I've been giving you knowledge and knowledge and knowledge, but now what we got to do is we got to start applying it. Yeah, we got PDCA, we got the plan, we've got a lot that we're working on, but we really got to take it to that next step. Like it's like I said, we got to work on ourselves to become a little bit better. And it gets frustrating when you got the knowledge and things aren't working. Believe me, I'm raising my hand. I spent almost $100,000 in 2 years going to an event to learn how to apply a specific system, and then it didn't work. And we're going to talk about this Wednesday, right? And I don't say it didn't work. I just didn't take the action to make it work. Now, is that the person's fault that is the educator? No, that is on me. But there's still things I need to do, and there's things the educator need to do to make sure you're moving forward. And that's what I'm going to help you do. That's what a great coach does, right? So it's one thing to get the information. The other thing is to take action on it. So what do we got to do? Okay, so this is the gist of today and this week as we get into this. Number one, is knowledge valuable? Yes, it is. But we first have to consider the source. If I was at the track, and it's so funny because what happens is so many rookie gamblers, and this goes back from my horse racing way back when, right? When I used to get into that. You go to the track and you're trying to find a winner. And so there's people that walk around that will tell you to bet on this horse. And you'll be like, oh, I'll bet on that horse. And 9 times out of 10, they don't win, right? They don't win. Like tipsters is what they're called. So what is the source? But if somebody has something like the jockey or the trainer comes up and says, man, this horse has been practicing, he's ready to go, that's valuable information. Same thing in life, like everywhere, it's like consider the source. So I want you to always remember that. When you're watching the news, God forbid, and we all do it once in a while, I want you to understand what is the source of that information and what is their slant. That way you're able to kind of step back and take a look at it. I mean, I got friends that love the news and I don't. I mean, I don't watch it, but they'll watch a little bit of Fox and they'll watch a little bit of CNN so they can get a balanced opinion. Maybe we should put them all in a boxing ring and let them fight it out and see what happens. But, getting that information and knowing what's good and bad is important, and realizing garbage in is garbage out, okay? So we want good quality information, and we've got to protect our sources. Then part of that knowledge is getting your own personal education, and that means becoming a better researcher. One of the biggest compliments I ever got from Matt Kramer at Inner Circus is, I've never seen anybody research like you. And it's true. I research, and I can come up with information and do things as fast as anybody else. It's a blessing, but it's also a skill that I've learned because I know knowledge helps me. And so I want to be able to research fast and efficiently and get information. That's why I speed read. It's a source of knowledge. I can read faster than most people. And I practice that constantly. How do I increase my reading speed? It puts me ahead of other people because I can read faster. Like I always laugh. Pilar's over and we're looking at the guide for the movies. I'm going so fast she can't even see it. She's like, will you slow it down? I can't see it again. So understand that knowledge can change your life. But you got to be able to take action from it, and you got to make sure the source is the proper knowledge. Once you have that, Katie bar the door, okay? Katie bar the door. That's another one of those sayings. I don't know where it came from, but I like it. Katie bar the door and go after it, okay? So let's acquire knowledge, but let's do it with the understanding that the source needs to be valuable. And once we have a valuable source, we want to tap into that and continue to grow and develop and continue to move forward, and that's what we're going to do. We got a great week planned. Really do. I want you to start this Monday off with great energy. I want you to know we're bringing you the ideas and thoughts. We're in a do month, so you should be working on your plan right now. You should be focused on doing things, and that's the action I want you to take. Get the knowledge, but continue to do. All right, I love you. Go have a fantastic day. Let's put some great energy out there, and I'll be back tomorrow right here on morningcoach.com.